Hello everybody, today's video is going to be going over the Glock OEM G17 Gen 5. So this Gen 5 has this orange follower that kind of distinguishes it, and then it's got a different base plate as well from the other previous models of Glock OEM 17 magazines. So just know that this is going to fit all 9mm double stack Glock handguns. Not including the Glock 19X. This base plate has a kind of protruding lip that gets in the way of a Glock 19X. So if you are purchasing for the Glock 19X, just know that you are going to need to replace this base plate with an old one, which works just fine, or you can also modify your Glock 19X magwell. But this is going to fit all the other Glock 9mm handguns that are double stack, like the 19, 26, 18, etc., etc. So in a rebuild kit, this is what you're going to receive. This is the body, and this is steel lined on the inside with polymer on the outside, and that steel lining really helps with durability and reliability there. The spring with the follower attached, and then this little locking plate, and then the actual base plate. So when you're getting ready to reassemble, when lawfully able to do so, or when you're done repairing your old grandfathered in magazines with these parts in the kit, this follower is going to slide straight in. It can really only be put in one way, but you can see there's a little bit of a slant here that's going to line up with the magazine body. So go ahead and slide that in from the bottom, and then you're going to take this locking plate, and there's these little cutouts kind of on the tops of it by the circular button, and that's going to correspond with the front of the magazine body. So go ahead and depress the spring with that, make sure everything lines up, and then you're going to take your base plate, and one side has a cutout, and then the other side is filled in and has that circular hole for it. So you're going to slide that on from the front of the magazine. And what holds Glock OEM magazines together is these little tabs that are on each side. So you're going to need to slide it all the way over that, and it takes a little bit of force, but you're not going to hurt anything by sliding this over. So go ahead and just push it on. And then you'll feel and hear it click into place, and yeah, you'll be able to know that it's done correctly because this locking plate will be flush with this base plate right here. So when it comes time to disassemble these, to repair your old and existing magazines, or because you're going back to your state that you're not allowed to have them in. It's very simple. We use a couple of tools here to help us with the process, since we do so many of these and we've kind of figured it out, but you can do it by hand. So first you're going to need some sort of little punch that you're going to depress this little circular tab with, and you don't need to get it far. You could even use a pen or something like that, but go ahead and just push it down, and you'll feel it click a little bit. And just look in there and make sure that the circle is no longer flush with this, because that holds the base plate on there. And then next, you need to use something to clamp the sides to engage these little locking tabs that we talked about earlier. And you can do it by hand. You have to do, apply some force to try to get that off. But what we do to make it a little easier is use this torque lock. It's a Milwaukee torque lock, and you can use pliers or whatever, but just make sure that you have it set to a setting that's not all that tight. You don't need that much force, and you can crack the polymers and ruin your rebuild kit. So just please be considerate of that. So go ahead and put that on and kind of have it line up with those little locking tabs, and then you can use something to slide into that hole, and then slide off the base plate. So once we get it started, once you're over those tabs, it's very easy to slide this off. So you just slide that right off, and then the body, the spring, and then the locking base floor plate, and then the base plate. So thank you very much for watching this video on Glock OEM G17 Gen 5 rebuild kits.